This video is from the series Life Isn't Fair. Maybe I actually do need to create a new playlist with that name. Anyways, I want to talk about real priorities. About priorities that we actually have and not the ones that we think we have. More about it in a moment. But obviously before we begin, I have to tell you that this is Yury Experience and here I share my various experiences about different topics. I do 2 videos per week, Mondays and Thursdays. If you will enjoy this video, please drop a like, you can also subscribe to the channel. Let's go! I hope I don't have to explain you what does priority mean, which is why I'm jumping straight to the idea which is the basis of this video. Your priorities are your responsibility. Or to be more precise, the realization of something behind your priority is your personal responsibility. And it is a very important point. If you don't work on realization of some of your highest priorities, maybe you need to rethink them. If you say pretty frequently, this thing or this action or this hobby or this person is important to me, but you don't do anything in order to develop the relationship with the person, or maybe to improve the quality of life of that person, to improve maybe the probability of you achieving the target behind that priority, then maybe it is not that important to you. And technically, with this definition, there are no excuses. So if you are not working for your priority, then probably it is not your priority. It is not your real priority. It is a priority that you want to have as a priority. This may be something the society pushed onto you, but it's not something that you actually want to achieve. Because if you would actually want to achieve this priority, you would work on it. But don't get me wrong, it doesn't make it good or bad that you are not working on the priority. It doesn't define you as a person. It doesn't make you better or worse person. Maybe you have just different troubles in your life and you cannot work on that priority right now. But that makes other stuff that happens and to what you dedicate your time and your energy, that is a priority and not this one what you are talking about regularly. Some small examples. There are enough people who are saying, I want to do sport regularly. I want to do fitness. I don't want to go fitness studio and bring my body in good form, in good shape. I want to be stronger or maybe nicer butt or whatnot. But they don't do it. They say that it is priority in their life to make their health better, but they don't do fitness. Because they have different stuff. Maybe they have a big family and they need to take care of children. Then they don't have time for sport. And it makes perfect sense, but just don't make it sound like a priority if it is really not. Say what is your real priority, so at the end of the day you don't push yourself in the corner. I say that sport is important for me, but I don't do sport. It doesn't make sense, right? Which is why don't say it. I think it is my personal opinion. Don't depict it as your priority if it is not your priority. Because sometimes it can lead to your personal problems with your own image. So you think, I'm a bad person, I'm not an achiever because I cannot make this priority in my life true. You did a hell lot of stuff in your life and you did it right, you did it good, but not the priority. Maybe the priority is just not that important, as you maybe try to make it appear to others and to yourself. Next example, people who want to find a partner. If you have such a priority to find a partner, then the most counterproductive thing you could do is sit at home all the time and obviously not use the different dating platforms. If you say you are searching for a partner, but you don't do anything for it, then no wonder that this priority in your life is not achieved. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of people who do a lot of stuff and still don't get a partner. But sitting at home and not meeting with any people, not meeting new people, will not help the cause at all. Which means maybe you have different priorities in your life. maybe this one isn't your priority. Maybe your mental health, for example, is a priority, which leads to the fact that you don't want to get another L from other people. Which totally okay, it doesn't define you as a bad person, but it just makes your priority not a priority. The last little bit bigger example, you want to marry somebody, and for some specific strange reason you cannot marry a person that you want to marry. For example, you are a homosexual person and you want to marry your partner, which is also a homosexual person, but not in all countries in the world you can do it, at least officially. In my personal opinion, and obviously I have easy to say it, but in my personal opinion, if it is really your priority to marry a person, then you shall work on becoming to be able a person who can marry another person. Maybe you need to move to a different country where marriage is allowed, or where it is maybe easier. Or maybe you need to go to the protests that support your ideas. I'm not a big fan of protests, I did a video about it, but still it is more than nothing. Or maybe you should go into politics and try to work like from up and change laws, so you are able to finally do something that is very important for your life. But if you don't do any of it, then maybe it is not as important as you try to make it appear. Which, again, I don't think it makes you a better or worse person, at least as long as you don't lie to other people. But overall, it is just a fact. Your priority is not really your priority. In conclusion, I want to repeat, your priorities are your responsibility. I don't mean by that you need to achieve everything alone. No, I'm a person who tries to achieve way too much alone, and I think it is a wrong way to do it, which is why I learn to ask other people for help. And I do recommend you to do the same. Not by each priority other people can help you, but by some, yes, they can. But initiative, the decision I want to do it, the fight for it, the call to action shall come from you. If it doesn't come from you, then probably it is not as important as you try to make it appear. Ask yourself whether your personal goals are your priority. Ask yourself whether your priorities are something that you work on daily or maybe weekly, or do you have any plan how to work on your priorities? How much attention, energy, time you invest in your priorities? And if you recognize that you actually don't do anything about it, maybe it is time to change your priorities, or it is time to change your plans, or change where do you invest your time, energy and whatnot. But if your priorities are just in the words but not in the actions, then maybe you need to search for real priority that you have in your life and not for imaginary ones. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have anything to add or maybe share some personal experience, comments are open. Except for that, like is also somewhere there. You can also subscribe. Yeah, have a great week. Right. I see you on Thursday.